Hello and welcome back to EPIC39, EPIC39, powered by Intel. I am EXO, and I am here with Gear today. Yep. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Games have been good so far. Looking forward to watching this. It'll be a good match.
Yeah,
saving builds.
yeah, exactly. We are going to be jumping into Razer versus Eber in the upper bracket finals. And this is your first LAN, right? Is it?
First LAN, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you find out about it?
I think Marsbar told me. So.
Oh, yes, actually. I think I asked you already that. And yes.
Yeah, Marsbar's useful like that. He kept nagging me. I was like, are you going? Are you going to sign up to the tournament yet? And I'm like, okay, I'll sign up to the tournament. I'll do that as well.
Yeah.
He's good like that.
And you've had
Thanks,
some,
Marsbar.
you've had some good games as well.
Yeah, it's good.
So yesterday blasted through your group because you weren't the second seed, but I think you finished second in your group, right?
Yeah, finished second. Got 2-0'd by Gamer Richie, which is predictable.
That's fair enough, yeah.
But then 2-0'd everyone else in the group, so that was all right.
Nice.
Tactically dodging Zerg, which I then got punched in the face with today by Wiseman and Marsbar. So.
Nice. Okay, yes, fair enough, yes. Wiseman's a very tricky Zerg. Marsbar used to be very tricky. He's a lot more honest nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have to be too tricky as Marsbar when I accidentally build 3 gateways rather than 2 gates and a cyber core.
And a cyber core, yeah, it happens to the best of us.
One of the important buildings.
Yeah, well, kind of important buildings, you know.
Just slightly.
You don't want to show you all your tech too early, right? You know?
No, exactly.
Exactly. All right, I've got Razer in the party. However, he is not. Make him leader. Promote to leader. Have you done lobbies? So have you had much casting experience, Gear?
I used to cast Berserker Diamond weeklies. So
oh, nice. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Casted those for a little bit. I used to participate in them as well, so I'd play them, get knocked out, and then cast the other ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just time to make the maps when they are ready.
Cool.
We'll talk more about this. So do you know any of the other players really in the scene? Like, did you know Razer before this, for example?
Don't really know many. I know Gamer Richie. Gamer Richie's cool. He coached me a couple times, which is nice of him.
Yeah, he's very good for that, yeah.
Good for coaching. Obviously, know Marsbar, know Feral a little bit. Just from doing the casting the Diamond Weeklies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I hadn't met anyone in person before, so it's quite funny because obviously voice chat everyone.
It really does, yeah.
Are you that guy that I know by voice? Or?
Yeah, some people really do not match the voice you think in their head, do you?
Not at all.
Yeah, it can be a bit like that.
No, it's been good though. It's really quite a good event. It's been very enjoyable. The games have been good. I was surprised it was actually quite well organised.
Yeah. The admins do try and keep us in line and make sure we're doing everything. And the Starcraft community is quite laid back with it. So
yeah, it's true.
Everyone knows, everyone gets their games done. So it's all good, I say, as we are waiting for Razer and Eber to finish their vetoes. Eber's also messaged me. Let me just check that out. He's messaged me the exclamation mark.
It's urgent.
He's such a zoomer, all right. I'm going to suggest him to buy.
How many is like 14 or something?
Yeah, he's very young. He was one of the youngest GMs ever, I think.
He was the youngest.
Yeah,
he was 12, 1 year faster than Reyna.
And what about Maru?
Maru, I think, was a similar age, wasn't he? I think
Maru's similar age. That's kind of like...
I think Reyna was a little bit slower than Maru. And then, or maybe the same age. It might have been both 13. Because I think they were 13. And then
it's like those chess prodigies, you know? And they're like 4 years old and they can
just
play
makes you feel sad when you
It does a little
chess,
bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Chess is a hard game, all right?
I mean, blundering the queen is like the standard part of my opening for me.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
That's just how I open. That's what I call it, the queen blunder opening.
Listen, you can't... the Botez Gambit, I think.
Yeah, the Botez, there you go, exactly. That's what they call it.
Yes, I've heard of that one before. Right, the guys are all in the party. I'm just waiting for them to make a thing here. That's like that. I tried to get into chess a year or two back, and it's hard. I was like, I spent the last 13 years studying Starcraft, and I can't do that very well, let alone learn this chess thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chess got really popular, didn't it, during lockdown?
During lockdown, that's when I got,
Gotham chess, you had the Botez sisters, you had everyone was playing chess. It was
Ben Feingold is... I like Ben Feingold. He's a very dry, sarcastic sense of humour.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good chess channels. It's just hard game though, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you get like a lot of that. Same thing with Starcraft. Like back in the day, you had a lot of Starcraft and poker crossover.
Yeah.
You have a lot with chess and Starcraft. Chess
weird,
and poker crossover.
Yeah, poker's been going everywhere though.
It has. I actually really would love to get like a bunch of like high-level poker players and see if they could, just from understanding the competitive element, if they could like get into StarCraft or something. That'd be great. Or chess players even.
I mean, my mum plays poker a lot, and she also plays StarCraft, so maybe there's a crossover there. So yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wait, is there's a rumor? I'm not sure if it was yourself. Was it you? your dad and your mum beat you thermal in a 3v1?
Yeah, so me, my granddad, and my mum beat you thermal. Yeah, he's actually here. He's come along.
That is Creek, is
That's
it?
Creek.
Yes,
Creek
lovely.
is my
Oh,
granddad,
fantastic. Yeah, that's so wholesome. I love that. Alrighty then. Well, we are getting ready to go into game number 1. It's going to be on Dragon Scales. But the players, I think I said make the lobby when ready. I should have said go when ready. Go when.
Jealous of you being able to do that the tongue roll thing. I can never manage to do that. Remember in Spanish class, I'd be like, roll your R, and I'd just sound like an idiot.
It's funny because I can't speak any other language.
Oh, there you go.
No,
you just picked up the R roll for no reason. There you go. You should pick up Spanish. I'd like you for that.
I like mimicking accents
okay.
in a non-offensive way. So yeah, I'll try.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're going to be going into game number 1 soon and loading up on Dragon Scales for this best of 5, and we are going to cut to the game view now.
Woohoo!
All right, let me just sort the overlay out. We are sorted. And do you want to introduce our player down here?
Alrighty, in the bottom right-hand corner, we have on Dragon Scales, Eba.
Ooh. And in the top right, the number 1 seed for this tournament, looking to get into the grand finals, it is Razer.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! That sounds very sarcastic there. All right. So were you watching the previous series?
I haven't watched the most recent couple. I was storming ladder like a good 3.8k player should.
Like a hero, yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming out. I mean, I know Eba's usually pretty solid. He likes his Mutaling Bane and things like that. I've seen him play that a fair bit. Doing a little decal there for the viewers.
That's a frame kill, you know. You got to like do it to buy the time to get the 300 minerals exactly.
So these kind of players, they get bored waiting for 5 extra minerals between 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike me,
split second is like a waste of time, you know.
Yeah, I'll put it down 30 minerals late and do it if I did that. So
like, yeah, damn, I'm tight this game. I'm pretty nasty. Okay, we are looking at a fairly standard opening so far. Barracks first, you know, thingy. I was pondering that because there's essentially a reset in this. Like where one player is going to go down and potentially come back up for the grand final again. Sometimes they don't want to show their builds immediately. So again, we could just be seeing a very standard opening. Like say, only 2 on gas so far. Like focusing on that mineral income. Very common tactic for Zerg nowadays. Even though it's a bit dangerous because the Korean build where they go 2 racks on the low ground and then 3 Reapers.
Yeah, quite popular at the moment.
Yeah, quite popular at the moment. And I think this kind of like only 2 on gas, delay getting speed sort of a thing is actually kind of bad against it. I think that's what it's kind of designed for, but we'll have to wait and see. The thing come up, which should be some queens coming.
I think he's preying on the trickle-down effect being a bit slow. When Maru plays a build, it takes about 2 months to trickle down into the GM, and then eventually everyone's playing it.
That is true. However, Razer is a huge Maru fanboy. Just to let you know, it's a common fact about him. He's a Maru fanboy. Oh, we do see the Reaper hunting down this drone, going for the 3rd base. He's going to let it go. Running back in here to just harass the Link, I guess. Let's the 3rd get up.
Interesting. I guess I would have thought he'd at least try and get some scouting in or something to double check in the main if he's going to let the 3rd get up or something.
And actually, so there were 2 games in the last series with Razer where AC went for a fast road run and he missed it both times.
Oh no.
Yeah. But nothing so tricky this game. We're going to see just some very standard sort of stuff.
Alright. What do you think of the front 3rd location on the Dragon Scales compared to going for the line 3rd?
I always prefer line 3rds. As a Protoss person, I always prefer line 3rds. Yeah. However, I do think the triangle 3rd on this base is pretty good. You still have to cover this area with vision to make sure you don't get dropped or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or in this case, like this, so you need to drop this to make sure this area is covered. And pushes it along here, especially for the tank lines. Like you can get tanks here, or even to get tanks here, that can be really hard to sort of deal with everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this base and I'm kind of thinking, you've got the problem where taking the 3rd base is nice because you've got those rocks just next to the 3rd. That would be good for a tank position, but the thing is, if you take the 3rd there quick enough, you get the creep out there quick enough. Whereas if you get the 4th there, your 4th might get killed. So it's like you take a bit more risk early on, maybe with a really quick tank push, but later on you're a lot safer.
Yes, no, that's fair. That is a very good point. We have just the Reapers and Hellions coming out here, looking to push this through. Yeah,
very standard so far.
Yeah, nice and easy. Going for the first major tech sort of development. So, I did look at it, but I didn't really highlight it. Razer does go for a 3rd, fast 3rd CC. Very common meta sort of style, and he's going for the Liberate Hellion Harass.
Okay.
Which, again, something he showed doing there off of 111 3cc before.
Be interested if he adds on an extra barracks. I see sometimes players like Clem will add an extra barracks and go for kind of a late 2-1-1 after Hellions.
He did something like that versus AC in one of the games. Oh no, sorry, that was kind of what Richie did actually. Was it on the final map versus
I
Eba?
think so.
Yeah. But that ended up being a 5 racks. I think that was a very committed one. Eba was really good with his scouting ling. He sends one ling around the map, and it gets in. So Razer saw this in the series versus Richie. Oh, we have some.
The legendary Serral ling that always gets in.
Yeah, this is the thing. And is it going to happen here? No, it doesn't. It gets blocked off just by the buildings. And yeah, now trying to get in. Okay, that's really nice for Razer. We have some skirmishing here. Just trying to deny that creep spread going a little too quick. We have some units. Oh, more queens around here. Yeah, Eva's really got a good split on his queens here.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of the the top GMs a little while ago kind of started taking apart, doing a queen split after Reina showed it in Katowice in 2021, but the kind of mid GMs like Eva have not kind of been adopting that kind of style now. Some people still don't do it, but it definitely feels a lot better when you play having the 2 queen groups. It's just harder to manage.
Yeah. I've got to say, it's more APM, and again, if you do get caught blindsided by a big thing and your queens aren't together, you can lose 3 queens for free, maybe. But
yeah, there's hellback pushes with marauders and stuff. Catching 3 queens out in a row.
Those nasty ones. Yes. Do wait and see. Luckily, nothing like that is coming out this game. We do have Stim finishing up. 4 drones just went down. Wait, what?
Liberator.
Yeah, Liberate. Sorry, I missed that. Did not see that go across the map.
Either going up to 5 gas, maybe going Hydraling Bane. Going the melee upgrades as well.
Yeah. You love to see it.
Standard.
Again, his creep spread pretty solid. He has not been denied too much from the Hellion Harass early on. Yeah. Say those
very passive so far, really.
Yeah. Nothing. No like big power plays. Isn't it like a Richie game, you know?
Yeah, no, not trying to get in his face too hard. Just a bit of Hellion Harass. I think Eva's been doing a really nice job just denying these Hellions from getting in at all. There's no point where it's even looked like they're getting close to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know how big a fan Razer is of diving in Hellions to try and get drone kills, but obviously it's quite late for that now.
Oh, for sure, yeah. At this point, having the Hellions at home to defend run-bys just feels a lot more comfortable as Terran, if nothing else.
Yeah. Seeing this. Oh, the Eva link still getting some information there. But yeah, Eva's been a big fan of this double expanding, sort of taking the 4th and 5th at the same time on opposite sides of the map. Which I wonder if there's a way you could like take advantage of that. I'm not really sure, but I really do like it. Again, this is something that you saw some Zergs started doing this like again a few years back, but it hasn't been as widely adopted. I personally really like it as well.
I'm interested to see what Eva's going to be spending some of his
Stim bat build.
Oh, here we go. We're going fast 2-2 for Eva.
Okay, here we go. They're finally getting into some real action going on here. As Razer is threatening to pose kill a bait here. So we get a run by coming down this side. Bunker holding the line, but there's very little reaction, and unfortunately no repairs actually surround. Still no repair. Oh god, there's actually still quite a lot of links here. So coming back are the Marines.
Looking at that engagement on the right side, but it looks like it might get overwhelmed because there's no Marines there anymore.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, those tanks are going to mostly go down, but he does hold the back line, so he's still got a point to push from if he wants to.
Yeah, definitely a pretty even trade overall for that sort of thing. But yeah, getting him out of position now. The Razer now reforces and re-rallies through down here, rebuilding a bunker over here, but he believes some units, possibly some more units there.
Eva's definitely going to want to be waiting for Bane speed coming up here. It's going to be a little while, but he's maybe another 30 seconds or so away.
And 2-2 as well, but that's a bit further away, so we'll have to wait and see that. Eva is supply block now from the amount of overlords going down. Baneling run by into this 3rd, but doesn't get anything done this time. He's sending out a bunch more lings over there, which means there's actually very little defending the space. Yeah, but Razer doesn't know that.
It's really hard as Terran. You just don't know what they've got at home, and it's just feels really hard when you've got a Zerg player who knows just how many units to split off if they've got enough creep.
Yeah, and the creep is so good. Like, he could actually go for a wraparound here as well, potentially.
Yeah, that left side creep is completely out of control, really.
Yeah. It's very
literally at his 3rd base at 8 minutes 50. That is some crazy creep spread.
Yeah, very, very frustrating as a player when you know that they can see everything you're doing every time you move out of your base.
Yeah, this is just this is a really good game by Eva. I mean, obviously Razer's playing very well as well, but I'm looking at really in control of the map. This big run by going in and getting there. Looks like it might get the SCVs if he goes for the Banelings.
Oh, is he going to go for it? However, might actually get a bunch of Marines instead, but good control from Raz and minimising the amount of splash damage taken there. But again, yeah, this the map is out of control. Base is being taken left, right, and centre. Oh, please get this creep Jimmy. Yeah.
Razer just not able to get his push kind of going because he's constantly getting hit by those run-bys. It's really becoming hard, and he's stuck on those third bases. Getting his fourth base landed now, but looking at Eva powering up to 5, 6 bases, he's going to have a hard time doing something if he doesn't get out on the map soon.
Yeah, and Razer's still really postulating on this position to like attack here, but has got no real threat going on there. Now we see a big swell of links coming through the middle of the map here. Is he going to go for the big flank? Yes, he is. Now everything else runs in, and oh my lord. That's actually a pretty solid clean out.
Destroys that fight. Look at the supply count. That's a pretty big win there for Eva, especially with no planetary on this fourth yet. Yeah,
he's going to try and land and go down, but the Lings just run on in, and now a bunch of Banes go there. I think they're going to quite be able to burst down to the CC. They're not, causing the lift. However, massive damage, and now so much momentum on Eva's side, being 50 supply up. Very hard for. Oh yeah, no, I think he's just going to overrun him right here.
Huge engagement there for Eva. That was amazing. Just Eva takes it.
Yeah, very dominant game to see there. Yeah, I'd love to say it, but man, like I say, yeah, Eva just in full control that game, knowing exactly sort of like say when to shift units around, when to go for counter hit run bys. Yeah, as well as spreading that creep. Like I said, really solid mechanic.
The creep spread, it feels so hard. I mean, anyone who plays Terra knows that when you're sitting there and you're in the edge of creep, if they just have 6 banelings there, they run 3 banes at you, you have to split away, Yeah. Then they send the run by on the other side, there's so much creep, you can't get anything done. I feel like it felt very aggressive and committed from RazerBlade, but he just couldn't get the army to kind of wedge in there. He couldn't commit before the massive Ling run by hit him, before the Banes got in, and Eva was doing such a good job of balancing it out, right?
Yeah, no, it's really good, and again, such a strong player. They started a map and then they declined the ready process. There we go. Yes, and again, such a strong young player is Eba. And Razer was quite confident versus him going into the tournament. I know Razer was saying that he was feeling reasonably well about it. But Eba is like really stepping up to the the pressure of a LAN, of an offline environment. Again, first tournament as far as I'm aware, or first offline tournament for him.
He's playing fast as well, 500 APM that game. I mean, obviously there's a lot of repeat rate stuff.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, that is still pretty damn fast. And it looked it too in the game. It wasn't just...
There's a lot of actually stuff going on, like creep spread, queens being in position, controlling multiple groups of units.
I mean, you just see that is the real benefit of having those 2 creep squads. You've got the queens that defend both arms of the creep, and then if you've got the push, it denies one side, but the other side goes in. And
exactly, yeah.
Well, we'll see how he does this game, because we're hopping into game number 2 right now.
All right, game number 2 is going to be on Neo Humanity, a bit more of a wild map. Definitely a lot of potential for some crazy pushes. And a lot of action. I don't know how well, if this is easier or harder to
gas going down. Is this going to be the 14? Yeah, it's the Eric build. I was going to say this in the first game, looking like Eba going for that drone cancel. Get the second base saturated a little bit faster, potentially, if he's going to go for that.
Can you explain that one to me? I'm actually not familiar. I know Eric, but I don't know the build.
Yeah, Eric, basically, I believe he's a Brazilian Zerg player, possibly. Yeah. Quite a good Zerg player, but basically he came up with a build recently where you go and build the drone into the extractor, so you can then lose a supply, rebuild another one.
Yeah, so 15 hatch.
And you get that slightly faster hatchery. And the benefit of that is you can build the spawning pool and the hatchery in a time that both queens pop out quicker.
Oh,
so you get extra lava. Yeah, and you go for the extra drone cancel, and then you'll go for an overlord. So it's got that overlord coming, and basically you lose a little bit of lava early on.
Yeah.
And you have a little bit less mineral mining. But you get the benefit of saturating your second base with drones a little bit quicker because those injects pop faster, about 12 seconds faster.
And then it all like cycles up. Yeah, I see.
It really makes a big difference.
Raz also going for a CC first, so he's feeling very bold. He's like, I don't think he was going to do anything aggressive here. And he's right, but that's a sort of thing. Speaking of, are you actually familiar with the slow Ling Pod build?
Is that where you just keep making lings and then just like rally like 12 lings, 16 lings?
Kind of, yeah. But it's the same opening, gas cancel hatchery, and then you do another gas cancel hatchery, and then you just do 3 base slow Ling flood.
I've seen that against Protoss, but never against Terra.
Against Protoss. Yeah, that is specifically what it's for. Yes, that was AC actually was one of the guys who popularised it in the UK scene at the very least.
Yeah, see those 2 queens coming up now. It's about 8-9 seconds faster than they normally would be. So that's
I see.
So he's going to be popping off of those drones once those injects come out, and he'll be in a nice economic spot. Especially with that CC first, means there's really going to be not much pressure coming onto him, which feels very nice with this kind of build.
Yeah, and I think he got in and saw just deep enough to see the timing of it, and obviously he knows this is a CC first based off the timing. So yeah, both players are very interesting actually. That Razer, like, you know, if anything, I feel like Razer was too passive in the early game, which let Eva play his game. But Razer's actual response is, no, I need better economy.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had that weird, awkward grounders terrain where you get stuck on doing what feels like a 3-base all-in. You can't get your 4th base up because you need to do the attack. I feel like maybe Razer's going, okay, you know what, I'm going to go for that faster 4th base. Rather than going 6 gas, go for 5 gas, kind of 8 racks kind of thing. And then you might be able to expand a little bit quicker, and that pressure isn't as dedicated.
That is true, yeah. Even though 8 racks, 3 bases, quite dedicated pressure. Or is that just a version of it? That's
I mean, it's not what we played last game. You had more 5 racks. But if he goes with something like a 3cc kind of build with the 8 racks, you can go 5 gas and get a faster 4th base, rather than going 6 gas like the Koreans mostly do.
Oh, I see, yes, yeah. Well, there's the 3rd CC coming down now. Reacted Hellions coming out. Don't quite know where he wants to put this barracks, but it's okay. And yeah, again, like another fairly passive start.
Yeah, there are those drones. So fully saturated mineral line already, just getting the gas quite late as well. That's going to be a nice mineral economy for Eba.
It's really nice. And both players getting to do what they wanted to do in the early game here, which really should set up for a strong mid game, but we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah, they're going to be powering up into those higher supplies pretty damn quickly with both players going for what's quite a greedy build, really. I mean, Eba's one less so. Cyril's been playing that a lot.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Versus Terran, actually. It's one of his kind of more standard builds he mixes in now. So, but both players definitely getting what they want in the early game, and we'll see whose early game was better.
Yes, we will see. We have 2 Hellions poking at the front here. Trying to keep things in. Oh, but now Razer is making a decision. Fusion core coming down.
Is it a double BC build? Let's have a look.
I see 1 starport. And I see a 2nd starport. So yes, it does look like it. He's already got the 2nd tech lab ready.
Yeah, got those gases down nice and early. I've never seen a 3cc version of this before, but I'm familiar with kind of a version where normally around 315 you get the 3rd gas, add in the extra 4th gas 345, go double BC, arrive at 550 or so. I'm wondering what kind of time this one's going to hit at, and maybe if he's going to follow up with maybe a mech game.
I was about to say, yeah, Razer definitely has the potential to play mech, and I know he likes Neo-Humanity as a mech map. I'm pretty sure I've heard him mention that before. So, yeah, you may be right here. However, as for what time these 2 BCs hit, I actually have no idea. It's going to time out just about.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit quite nicely, actually. So he's gone a few less Hellions. Normally with the 2cc version, you have slightly more Hellions, around 8. And then you'll have the Hellions go at the same time as the battle cruisers. But with this version, with the CC first, looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, a good call from him, because it looks like these Hellions haven't had much to do this game. Haven't really been able to deny too much creep, but also, you know, weren't a heavy investment either. So yeah, really good. You're also getting the Yamato cannon. You'd love to see it. Very important for this sort of build. Because Yamato cannon, it doesn't quite one-shot Queen, does it? No.
I think it does one-shot Queen.
I can't remember if it one-shots at least got red health, or the actually one-shots it. I should know that.
I always thought I did, but I don't end up fighting that too much. I usually just leave when they make battle cruisers.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I know a lot of as Zerg players hate battle cruisers, right?
Yeah, despite having corruptors, which in theory are quite good.
In theory, is a great qualifier.
If you get them up there, yeah. So I'm interested to see. It looking like it's going to be mech double factory coming up. Interesting orbital on the 3rd base, obviously. So he's going to have a nice economy, which is a little bit different how we normally see mech playing. But
I think this 3rd is reasonably easy to defend. Like, actually, maybe easy might be a bit too strong.
I mean, the chokes are pretty tight, so having some kind of roach ravager push is going to be a little bit harder than something like maybe.
Yeah. Okay, well here we go. 6 minutes, and we have the 2 battle cruisers now coming in, rocking Eva's world a little bit here. Has the kid ever seen anything like this? Horrible.
And he's got a lot of queens. How many queens is that? Looks like 9 queens.
A lot. Yeah, he went up to 9 queens in the other series, and this series as well. However, 2 queens going down, and then weapons refit is about to finish, so he's going to
mistake here.
Get that Yamato. And yeah, these queens are sort of persevere. These battle cruisers persevere through.
He's doing a great job. Hasn't lost any drones so far. And 12 SCVs go down. Look at the 3rd right now.
Oh
the massive
my lord,
run by.
I'm playing attention. Okay, this is big, again, really confident plays by eBay. Yeah, okay, yeah, they do one-shot the...
I thought so, but this is looking really good for eBay. That massive ling run by killing the workers, and these battlecruisers getting absolutely nothing done in the meanwhile, denying a few drones in the sense of making them to come to spores, but this is a really good start for eBay.
Yeah, though there are a lot of Hellions. I don't know if Blue Flame's done. Blue Flame is not done yet, so... but there's no control over it while he's busy scanning the other bases, trying to figure out what's going on. And instead, Lings are running absolute ravage through here. Battlecruiser sitting there, not being able to do much. Yamato is back up. He's got a third one with it now, and a fourth one, so he's actually really committed to this. I want to see him drop some mules here.
Yeah.
Repair, that would be sick.
This is the kind of number of battlecruisers now where we're looking at Queens can't deal with it anymore, but a lot of them are on the red HP, so it's going to be really depending on how well
there you go, you can see he teleports one back and starts focusing down
corruptors on the way though. He's going to have to leave out very, very soon.
Yeah, and now he actually sees it with the first couple, though I think two of these battlecruisers only just teleported in, so they aren't going anywhere. They're going to try and fight their ground, get as much damage out of it as possible.
There's 10 corruptors killing her. Oh, he does get the battlecruiser out, so not too bad. 2 battlecruisers going down there for Razer, but Eber definitely having a pretty good hold. But that being said, looking at Razer's work account, managed to get up to 61 workers during all of that. So Eber obviously wasn't droning, very committed to actually defending it. And despite that massive ling run by that kind of early start with the CC, fast third CC as well, means that he's actually in a pretty decent spot overall.
Yeah, you love to see it. It's a good when he's able to not just lose off of that. However, we'll see if he has enough momentum to carry forward and deal with these corruptors.
Yeah.
At what point, is there ever a point where Terran just go, all right, now I'm not going to go any more like battle cruisers, or do you think you keep building them at this point?
When you play mech, normally you only make 2. Generally 2 or 3 is the kind of number you go for as mech, because it's generally at a higher level is the only viable way to play mech, because you need it to not die to swarm hosts, basically, because swarm hosts are actually really good against low levels of mech.
Are they good against battle cruisers though?
No, sorry. That's why you get the battle cruisers to stop the swarm hosts,
I was about to say, yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense.
That's why, and he's going battle mech here, so I think he's going to stop with the battle cruisers now and just go straight to that kind of active style, which I really like. Much more interesting to watch.
Definitely more interesting to watch. Difficult to play and difficult to play against, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a very high skill based interaction.
Yeah. I'm sure all the Zergs agree with you on that.
So going for a Raven, the legendary Forbidden Raven that no Pro-Terrans make, but I think is absolutely great for clearing that creep that Ibra is so good at spreading.
Yeah, actually a really nice call. I also appreciate denying creep. Even as a Protoss player, I feel like a lot of Protoss players don't care as much, but I care.
Yeah, I mean, as Protoss, obviously, you don't have to worry so much about the Banelings being as good on creep and stuff like that. Generally, because Archons just say, screw you to it. But, it's definitely, especially versus Terran, you need that creep staying back. Just the map vision, if nothing else, is just such a pain.
That's actually my main thing about it, is the map vision. Oh, good reaction by Raz. Again, that depot lift up there.
Denying that scout, but he does, I think he knows what's coming now. I don't think he needs to worry about what he's scouting anymore. This is definitely mech. Going for that front base, getting that fast gas with the rich Vespene there.
Oh, I quite like that. Know what happened there? There's rocks being already taken down there. A lot of banelings being made over here. I wonder what Eba actually kind of wants to do with them. Whether he's expecting Razer to attack in, or if he's going to try and bust something soon, because he is getting high, but like obviously the Great Aspire is still quite a ways away.
Yeah, this bigger kind of attack that Eva seems to be preparing for at the moment is going to be quite important deciding how the pace of the game goes from here, because if Terran can get up to 4 or 5 bases easily enough, then it's going to be a very rough game playing against mech, as all Zerg players know.
Indeed. Oh, Corruptors can shoot the rocks, yes, that makes sense, but I've just never seen it before.
Yep. Emptying their bladders onto those rocks, making sure map's nice and open.
Yeah. You can't blame a Zerg for wanting to do that. More base, and I feel like these are the bases that start getting really hard to hold. The ones on this like high ground that are jutted off from the side.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, for someone playing Battle Mech, Razer's been quite passive so far with...
not sniping bases or really committing to any sort of fights at all.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of keeping the creep back, keeping it on his side of the map. I think this game's looking a lot more even than that previous game. I think massively just due to how the opening went for Razer. Just having the fast CCs just really means that yield economy kicks you into this game. Even though he lost those battle cruisers, didn't get as much done as I'm sure he would have liked to. it's going to feel really nice getting into this game. And now they're looking at 190 supply versus 200 supply with a decent bank for Eber. So I'll be interested to see what he's going to go for, going for those pathogen glands for infestors finished up, so maybe he's going for that full-on late game.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see how this one plays out, especially since, like, this is where TVZ gets really, well, technical, I suppose. Oh, no! Infestors being caught out there. One fungal does get off. Oh, that was an unfortunate thing. But yeah, it gets really technical here for, like, how the armies can fight and how they can move around the map.
Yeah.
Because these are very expensive and kind of clunky armies. Do you agree with a lot of infestors? I suppose a lot. It's only a handful, but
it's going on for now. I mean, it's good against the battle mech. He's going to be transitioning into Thors because Eber's making Broodlords, so it's kind of a checkmate. It goes basically, okay, if you don't make Thors, I'm going to kill you with Broodlords. If you keep making battle mech, I'm going to kill you with infestors.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And if you do make Thors, I'm going to kill you with infestors. So it's basically, it forces the Terran to actually. It's basically a skill check. It's, are you actually going to have scans? Are you going to have detection? Are you going to have your units in the right spot, or are you just going to die to something silly?
Yeah, Neuroparasite is now finished up, so yeah, very good ability when used correctly, but has a lot of counterplay, or is a finicky ability to get working properly. There's just so much stuff going on in the fight that detection splash will kill the infestors. Oh, big vials, but only a tank goes down.
Definitely a good start of that fight for our Terran player though.
Yeah. Zerg's committing a lot anytime they move down into this area.
Those rocks make it so hard to engage into position. Look at all the planetaries. Is that planetaries all around his base, or they just got loads of orbitals?
This is an unbuilding one, and yeah, everything else is
it's decorative.
Yeah, decorative. Exactly. The potential is for a lot of planetaries though. Oh no, 99% built base. I don't want to see this get cancelled.
It just needs to be sneezed on, really, by an SCV. Look, it's SCV. Hero SCV.
Yeah.
It's going to save it.
Good. Nice. Look at the fight. Yeah, he lifted it. Good.
Here we go, here come the brutes.
And now we see the brutes. And how the Valkyries going off as well. Quite a few go down, but now the Infestor Paradox comes out. And the tank and Thor's actually doing a lot of damage here to his own units. I don't know if that was enough though. 3 Valkyries to live. There's only 4 Corruptors here.
Yeah, it feels so hard to push with this kind of mech army though. You've got the spores there stopping it from the Raven from getting easy detection. It feels very hard to push in actually now, so it's got a big bank, does Eber, so...
Yes.
Although it's a good fight, I think, for Razer, he's going to have to keep playing this game out.
Yeah, and I don't think this base is going to be able to be established at the moment. Eber's so good at keeping the main army busy, and then just having a very big commitment of other units. Right?
Lovely battlecruiser bringing to the Spore Forest. There you go, that is the dead battlecruiser if you've ever seen one.
You can see it.
Yeah, these trades are going really well for Eber right now. He's just showing that ability to multitask, be in multiple places at once, not just look at that main fight, which is already hard enough to control.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's actually starting to push through this very small ridge here. More things going through it than can fit.
Look at that mineral income for Razer right now. Only 700 minerals per minute. That is a rough income.
And again, still Ling's in his base dealing damage from the previous run-by. And Razer's got no opportunity to actually take these bases. I mean, it looks like he's... Oh, there's a Ling there.
Captain Dickhead, the Ling himself.
There you go, yeah. So that's again why Eber knew that he didn't need to worry about this and was focusing on this base. Now he's pushing through the middle again. Looks like he's trying to really force the issue. There are a lot of thoughts. This is not a cheap or weak army from the Terran player. And he does push it back. Eber loses a lot there, but Eber's got a lot of money to lose.
And I think Razer's going to pull the trigger right now. He thinks that fight was good enough for him to go push through and win this game. He's going to find out.
I think it's a good idea. The Infestors come out and do that thing. However, they're not able to do much. Oh, and it's 70 Lings and 6 Roaches being made here and a few Infestors. Actually, I don't know if...
there are no Hellbats right now, though, so if these Lings can get on top of those Thors, they're going to have a pretty big problem. So we're going to have to see how this fight goes. It's going to be pretty dependent on control.
Yeah,
these Lings getting on top right now.
Nothing else is there.
Adrenal 3/3 Lings are so damn good against those expensive Thors, and they all go down.
Everything melts. That was unbelievable.
And that is why you need Hellbats.
Yeah, very important to be in this fight. And now the Corrupts can clean up, just about clean up the BCs. Very weird fight, 3 BCs versus 3 Corruptors. Very slow fight as well, but
that high armor and low damage.
Yeah. It's a big combo, you know. Okay, well this place has been established, but Eba's looking in pretty good control again. Yeah, 90 supply up. Wow, the supplies.
What's the unit lost looking like right now for?
The units lost is looking like 4,000 resources in favor of the Terran player, but
it should be much more than that. Eba's been doing an amazing job of trading so damn well against these units.
And now the crop has come in, being able to clean off the Banshees as Banshees battlecruisers. Good teleport away to try and get. Yeah, I was about to say, not really much more to be done in this game. And Eba looking extremely strong here, coming in for the just casually bopping Raza in these big macro games.
I mean, that was an absolute masterclass by Eba in how to beat mech. If you've ever played against mech, especially as it feels so damn hard to get anything done. But those Ling run-bys, controlling the fights well, getting the infestors down, and also just having the clarity of mind, looking at that Thor army and not going, oh, I need to make roaches, I need to make something.
Yes, exactly.
Lings, seeing that he's got no Hellbats and really abusing that.
It's such a huge commitment of lava when you're in that position, right? Because obviously, if Zerg has infinite lava and infinite mana, they can do whatever. But the lava is often the limiting factor.
Yeah, definitely.
And to be able to, yes, I need to spend like 30 lava on Lings right now, but that actually deals with everything. It's a hard commitment.
Definitely.
Or it's like a mature sort of decision to make in a game. The right one in this case.
Yeah, I mean, Razor's got something to show this time. He's going to have to try and do something, pull something out of the bag, because it looks like these macro games are definitely going Eba's way pretty consistently.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what he can do. Whether he's going to do something cheeky or if he's going to stick to the macro builds or the thing build. We are going straight into game number 3. It is going to be on Ancient System. And apparently Eba forgot he was the host, but it doesn't matter because we got into the game very quickly anyway. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here.
Looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be an interesting game to see what they go for. I mean, last game we went for the full macro fest, and looked like Eba was pretty dominant in that one, so we'll have to see how this one goes.
Yeah. Enjoying these macro games, but I really want to see, I want to see Raza make him scared a little bit, make Eba tremble in his boots a little bit. That's kind of like the presence that I was hoping for. We are now loaded into the game, so we should switch over to the game view in a second. And then we will see what's going on. Everything all standard so far.
All right, and in the bottom left-hand corner, up 2-0 so far, we have Eba.
Whoa. And his opponent spawning for potentially the last time in this series before he goes down to the lower bracket and has to do a lower run. It is Raza.
All right, what are we thinking that Raza's going to do this time? I'm hoping to see something a little bit aggressive. I want to see him get in his face and do some, get some action in early.
Yeah, well, based off of what Richie said about Eba, Eba's very fast, player, very on top of everything. Yeah. I do wonder if and
Eba's thinking the same. Look at that, he's scouting for proxy racks. Eba's thinking, I can beat him in the macro game. I can afford. You saw Cyril doing this in 2018, sending out a drone scout early on. He was so confident in beating his opponent, he could just send a drone scout out, and that is exactly what Eba thinks right now. He thinks he can win. He's confident.
Yeah, well, like I say, he's based off the first 2 games, you can understand why. They have been very, unshakable kind of games for him.
Yeah, there's never been a point where it's scary for Eba. It's been very much, I mean, there's been pushes, but it's been one-sided every single time. Yeah,
and again, really interesting to see what we're going to end up doing with that here, whether he's going to try and... I don't know, I think, so Raza isn't the fastest player in the world. He's not a super fast player. And Eba is. So I kind of appreciate the idea of going for a slower, more methodical macro game. But maybe something more tricky. I don't know what I'd suggest for him, especially since Eba's probably seen it all. He was looking way more experienced than I would have expected out of something. Like, between Raza and Richie, they've thrown lots of different builds at him. And he's not really looked like he had a big gap in anywhere.
No, he's not showing any nerves or anything like that. He's just playing solid. It really does remind me, watching these games, watching Cyril back in 2018, he just feels confident, calm, collected, taking maps off some really good Terran players. Yeah,
there you go. The third base already gets down there. Raza does see it now. Nothing he can do about that. Is he going to try and jump in and get the creep tumor? No, can't do it. And Eba puts it far enough back anyway. So very, again, very... typical high-level plays, which you appreciate seeing. We do see the factory lift off and swap for the reactor. And the third CC again. So again, this is something that Raz was doing a lot last game, and this is where why AC was going for the Roach Warrens to try and punish this sort of stuff. And on one map he did do it and get the win off of that. Eber seems less interested in that. Again, maybe he's just confident he can beat him in the macro game. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what Razer goes for this time. I can't imagine him just going for a standard 3cc Hellion Banshee or Hellion Liberator. I'm thinking it's going to have to be some kind of Hellbats or something of some sort. I can't imagine he feels, maybe he does, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but looking at those last 2 games, I wouldn't feel comfortable going up against Eber in a long macro game.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it, right? Where it's like...
Here we go, swapping it over, so it does look like it's going to be potentially Banshees coming up this time.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, where we were like to say about the meta, the high-level meta of like Hellion Banshee coming back in, where it used to be a thing, and then it kind of went away for a while, and now it's sort of coming back, as far as I'm aware. Very safe versus everything. In fact, the part of the reason why 3cc is the thing is because you can go Banshees like this. So we're probably going to see just 2 Banshees and Cloak. And we have seen this get tremendous damage in some games, but yeah, I think it's more about keeping you alive. But Eber just powering through drones, already up to 45 with 4 more on the way, so he's like right on that kind of mark.
Yeah, and we see that nice queen split again. The Overlord's having good vision. That Ling going around the bottom right side, looking like it's going to maybe get that Serral Scout.
This is it. This is the Ling. Sometimes he goes along the bottom of the map, sometimes he goes along the top, but he always tries to get in. I'm going to keep an eye on it. We do have a bit of a minor engagement here, but now it comes in, and there it is. Okay, sees the Banshee though, so that's already some information.
And if he sees straight away spores going down, he's not going to take any risks. Just, he could wait a bit. He knows that he could wait a bit, but he's not going to waste any time there. He's going to make sure he's got the defenses up and ready in time.
Yeah, do not blame him on that one. Again, Razer is not the kind of player that you want to like give too much leeway to, so you've got to be super aware of that. Some more Helen coming in here. Cloak is finishing up for Terran player as he starts moving out here. The Hellion's starting to get in, jump on these 3 queens. And again, I did wonder about that. If you split the queens up, can you then jump on some of the queens?
Eber says no, he brings those queens over. He was ready for that rotation.
Not quite. And yeah, here we go, now the rotation back through. But there's just not quite enough DPS here.
That might not look like much, but it's so easy as Zerg to kind of have that attack happen and not reset those queens back into position. And just really Eber showing just the kind of level of a really good Zerg player, pulling those back, getting back into position, and being ready for that run by. Yeah, Banshee's going in now. Let's see if they can get anything done.
Now we're hoping so. Now he was in the vision of... He was in the vision of an Overlord before they cloaked there, so we're hoping so, yeah. For the position, they're picking up 2, 3. Okay, nice. This is nice.
Yeah, really nice when you can get those. It's like with the oracles between the third and the natural. You find a little the dead drone spaces where they got the graveyard of drones that have died on their way to work.
And it just so perfectly lines up with the timing it takes to kill a drone, and then the next one comes along.
Yeah, exactly. You think they've got like insurance for that, like a workplace accident drones. They're just thinking, oh man, I really don't want to have to transfer workplace right now. I mean, there's oracles about, and you know.
Yeah, that is absolutely the thing. You've got to worry about being the Starcraft 2 worker. I'd hate to be a Starcraft 2 worker.
Yeah, trade unions hate these guys, man.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, well, we still see these Banshees prowling about. There's not able to get much done. And again, we see ourselves settling into this kind of macro game where Eber is going to be able to kind of just get everything he likes. And then, I mean, assuming he's going to try and deflect the pushes that Razer does in the same way.
Yeah, I mean, Ancient likely Eber's choice as well. Ancient a pretty damn good Zerg map.
Yeah.
Though if anything else he does is like Serral, he may also hate Ancient. Serral does not like Ancient system.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He tends to dislike all the good Zerg maps, but there you go.
He's just ahead of the meta, you know.
Yeah, so
figures it out. All right, let's go here. I kind of like this, a double drop trying to go up, maybe try and split and be tricky. Hellion going on the bottom side is a bit of a distraction.
Yeah, a bit of a different style we're seeing this time. Seeing if you may be out multitasking, but based on what I've seen from Eber, it's going to be a pretty damn hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. And again, as I mentioned, Razer's not actually considered the super fast player. So to try and out multitask a Zerg like thingy is difficult. Like he's trying to beat Eber like he's Clem.
Yeah,
which is very difficult to do.
I mean, this was the exact build that Clem used to do during his massive dominance run back a couple of years ago.
Course,
when he had that flawless series of 3cc Hellion Banshee into a kind of drop play. I'm interested if he's going to go for mines or if he's going to be going for tanks this time.
So yeah, we've seen them do both. Personally, I think tanks are more suited to his style, especially since we're seeing Hydras. But whether he has that information or not, and yeah, no, it looks like it's going to be continued tank production.
He did see the Hydras out when he went for that double drop, so I'd imagine that's likely why he's continued it going.
No, I respect that. That's very important information to pick up on the fly, and something easy to forget how important composition is. Because yeah, like I say, if you make a bunch of Widow Mines and there's a bunch of Hydras, it really does not become as effective as you feel like it should.
Yeah, God, watching this game really feels like it's watching someone punch a brick wall in the face, and the brick wall's going, all right, mate. Eva is doing a great job of defending and keeping that creep pushing out. He's pushing creep into where the Marines are, which is just, he's got that perfect army split, not letting anything get done. It's very impressive so far.
It is so very impressive. Like, yeah, just how active you need to be in order to actually split these units properly. We do now have a drop coming in down the back here. Is going to get cleaned up. Okay. It's close. Oh, it's really close.
That medevac about a hair's width away from dying.
Yeah,
These Marines are the happiest men alive right now. They're going to wake up tomorrow and enjoy their breakfast like they never have before.
Exactly. We have another medevac drop coming into the main here. And while there's not a lot here to defend it, there's not really too much threat going on here either. It's going to drop down into the
drop.
triangle fourth, and see what we can get done here. But again, Eva's just so on top of everything, splitting his army reasonably well. Actually, that was a bit of an F2. It was like everything came down.
Yeah, we are seeing that Eva's balancing a little bit. The creep spread isn't quite as far as it was before. Remember on Dragon Scales, around 7 minutes, he had a creep literally at his third base, did Razer.
Here, wasn't it?
So Eva definitely feels more confident against those big frontal push kind of plays, but looking like a pretty even game so far. We'll have to see how it goes, but Eva definitely in the driving seat so far.
Yeah, as we can see, Razer trying to find a chink in the armor here.
Lurker's coming up here. I'm interested to see how that's going to go.
Buddy. And the upgrades as well.
It's going to be a rough time. We're going to have to see how good a ghost control comes out here from Razer. He's going to obviously be able to rely on those tanks for a little bit at first. He does already know, has got those ghosts coming out, transitioning out. I wonder if he scouted it. Did he see it with that drop? I don't know.
No, he did not see it.
Didn't see it, but I'm guessing he saw Hydras and he goes, oh god, Eba's going for the full kitchen sink right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not dying to anything right now. He's not going to let the late game Terran battlecruiser switch get him somehow.
Yeah. Frankly, the low health medevac does go down, but that was actually the less full one, which is something. But yeah, again, now creep spread now starting to actively deny bases along with Lings. So again, the top side of the map feels like it's going to be a high point of contention. But yeah, there's nothing really stopping much Eba from going down the bottom, aside from his creep spread isn't as focused in that area. But we'll have to wait and see. Burrow coming up as well. Always like to see a Burrow plays. I know he did a bit of this versus Richie that was never really impactful, but very good presence of mind to do it. It's a very useful, versatile upgrade to have at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're seeing some pretty good pushing out on the map here. Finally, Raz is trying to actually get a little bit of foothold on the map, but Eba says, oh, no, as you see a massive amount of Lings rallying in. But they're going to go straight to Hellbats. Not a good fight so far. 91 drones out of Eba, so he can afford to throw away a few little fights like that.
Yeah, I think that's he's getting to that point in games, like I say, where he's just like so comfortable. Again, interesting that Raz seems so comfortable to let him get to this, but Raz has got secured a good amount of bases this game, but it's about whether, does he have that late game precision to be able to deal with everything that he needs to deal with. Still creep spread here. Oh no, I think there's no creep spread here. Nothing.
Just a slow receding creep at the moment.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one. And like I say, we've got this little counteractive force which just isn't doing anything. Doesn't need to be. Oh, this is an overseer. Okay, Lurker's coming in here. Big quick siege, and this is actually a really nice position. The tank is going to force. The tank are going to force them away, thankfully. If they could stay there, that would be amazing for them.
Rather showing his chops right now, not letting Eba get in on him there, not letting those Lurkers burrow in, take out a base, which is so easy to do, just to be out of position slightly, and suddenly those Lurkers are on top of you.
Yes, exactly.
We'll have to see if any snipes can be going down, but Eba's put in spines on the front line. Maybe like to see some spores to detect those ghosts potentially.
Oh, now we're getting some bigger sort of gambly plays here. Triple medevac drop.
That
it's only 30 supply, yeah. And he's already reacting. Oh, there was a ghost randomly there.
Nice trade against these Lings. Lings are just not really built to fight Marines like this. Great trade so far for Razer. And Razer's You know, he's showing us a good game here. I thought it was going to be a pretty rough fight against Ibra in these kind of macro games, but he's definitely showing he's got the potential.
Exactly, and here we go. We come around the back. No, don't lose it. Okay, he's focusing on it.
Hydra's going around the other side, though. Is he going to get using a rock in a hard place? Spores Lurker saying, go on, burrow, buddy. Go on.
Yeah.
Drop, go on, drop. Do it.
Go ahead, Punk. Make my day. Yeah, these players are so good at like controlling these small sections of army and just make sure everything's in position properly. Like I say, he's still got this unit set down here, so it shows he hasn't been F2ing to like get his army in position. He's actually just been like properly controlling everything, which is really good to see.
Yeah, Razer's trying to escape now.
Yeah, I mean this is still probably an overall good trade for him. He killed a lot of workers and lings at the top base, but yeah, losing one full medevac for it.
I would have been nice if he'd. Oh no!
Yeah, like I said, and this was that little cohort of units that was over here.
Yeah, that came in to intercept that.
Yeah.
That's the value of not F2ing, guys. Come on, Zergs.
The value of not F2ing, as well as having all the creep spread, so you have so much vision. Yeah, now he's starting to pick apart this defensive position.
Yeah, I got those
Knows there's no base here. Knows there's no base here.
God, look at the map right now. It is Zerg Fiesta.
And we're going to start seeing nukes in order to try and break this off. First, we want to see if this planetary fortress gets busted. It does get busted. Where's the... Oh!
Oh, nuke. Oh, Ibra's so fast. Even unburrows the spores.
He was doing what I was doing. He was watching this and he was like, yeah, I know where the nuke is. It's fine.
The confidence there.
Man,
I mean,
that is incredible.
I mean, look at the banker right now for Ibra. 4K bank. I don't see any way that Rad's going to be able to get out on this map. I don't know what's going on. He's going for that +3 mech weapon, so he's going to have those Hellbats that one-shot lings. But he's just in a... It's not a horrible position, but it's just not looking like he's going to have any purchase on the map. Unless he can slowly draw this out to a really long game.
Yeah, we saw him actually do it versus Stacey a few times, where he was like he was able to do that kind of thing, like just slowly like go, all right, this is my corner of the map, and now I'll take this part as well, and sort of grab onto it. But Ibra's obviously making that way tougher to do.
Looks like Ibra's looking out to mine out some of the bases on the Terran side with that top left base, and hopefully to see him rallying some drones there soon, denying that top base is there as well.
Yeah.
This feels like a campaign mission right now. Hold out.
It does, yeah.
Everywhere's the map is dark and it's surrounded in creep. Those Vipers are getting such cost-efficient trades.
Yeah.
Look at this
He's
wall
gonna do it again.
Oh, Vipers will get sniped this time.
Snipes, yeah, coming out there. And this is still a really hard position to attack into for Ibra. I do agree with what you say. Yeah, I think starting to try and mine from these outer bases, you know, just to get the thing. Oh, saying that's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Just to like get the minerals in. Again, probably never going to be able to take this base, but that's fine, because that is Terran's base to take it. But this base is really important. If the game drags on for like another 10 minutes, this base will become like the one they fight over.
Yeah, very much.
But, I mean, Ibra's just going, well, hang on a minute, let's just check. Are you ironclad everywhere? Can I get in somewhere? And he can. Hydra's been able to bust a base like this. Not going to be able to bust the PF, but with the Link being able to
those Hydras behind the base, and it's going to hit those SCVs from behind.
Oh, yeah, now the thing has to go off. Raz, I'm not really sure to do what his money is. I had triple CCing behind this, as the main army still sort of posture around here. But we're seeing that ultra late game, like Lurker, Broodlord, really powerful tech here. Yeah, Hydra's still being annoying there. And again, the APM to have to just make sure this is all going on whilst nothing else is
These
happening.
are those annoying things that you get when you've just got a little bit more APM, a little bit more activity than your opponent, and you just force them to have to go out and sort out. It's just two Hydras, but goddamn, is it denying the entire base of mining?
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't send a whole army over there because there's only two Hydras.
Oh, and now we're starting to
tank might get it.
Nidus bust, but I don't think Raz has realised yet.
The tank's walking past. No.
Oh,
the Lurkers in the main. The Lurkers in the main.
Lurkers are so hard to dislodge in this position. There is a bunker there already. He's going to go for a counter nuke at the same time. Maybe try to force a big movement.
There's nothing in the Nidus right now, so it's not like much is going to be coming out. I mean,
actually, I feel like this is a
wasted opportunity there.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay almost, because now you've revealed that there's Lurkers, Niduses, right? And now he's going to be more watching for it, I think.
Yeah, that tank in position now, denying that Lurker play potentially. I feel like that was definitely a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, well, obviously the threatening of the nuke was big, and now he has to re-put all these spines down, which is very annoying and quite APM intensive. But again, Ibra is up for the challenge of it. Looks like he enjoys that.
Seems to have it in bundles.
He does indeed, yeah.
I'm worried about these Brood Lords right now, because although he's got the Ghost, I'm not sure he's going to be able to get far enough forward to actually be able to hit the Broods. Let's have those helmets.
Difficult. Yeah, he sees it. He's going to pull everything back in. He only just dropped some fresh creep tumors there. They're barely going to finish before the nukes dropped. But yeah, with nothing else going on, both players can focus on this center part.
Screw
of the
that
map.
creep tumor in particular.
Yeah, yeah.
That one creep tumor.
It's really difficult though, because yeah, like with nothing else going on the map, but Eva's always going to be able to see the nuke in the
Looking
right
at
place.
that, so nothing else going on the map. Look down at the bottom. It looks like there's a big army move out for Razer. Looks like he's doing something. He's trying to get something done. He realizes I can't hold this position forever. I need to get something done on the other side of the map, and he's giving it a go.
I like it. Walking into quite a few lurkers here, and it's just like how does Eva have so many lurkers everywhere?
It feels like he's everywhere right now.
Oh
It feels like
no, this is not the engagement you want to have happen, Razer. He's trying to get the snipes off, and he is getting quite a few to be fair, but you can hear the ghost screaming inside. Now the Brood Lords are pushing on this side as the army collapses in here, and I do not think that was a fight. Razer has got money. He can stabilize and remax, but that was not a good way to go about kind of like a positive step forward into this game.
With this kind of game plan as Razer, you need to be trading efficiently, because you're looking at mining potentially a base down.
Less,
you need to be trading at least like kind of 10k up, but he's not doing that at all. It's actually looking like he's trading worse than Eva.
21 ghost left lost in this map. He's going to try and get a miracle nuke on the Brood Lords, but he can see it.
This is not Solar. Solar is not in this game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and it
might clip a Broodling if he's lucky, but nothing else.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not. The Planetary Fortress is going to go down. Everything's retreating to this 12 o'clock base, which isn't even a PF yet. There's very little to do. Thor's coming out, and Thor's are very good, but not good enough. And Eva takes the 3-0 over Razer
Calls it GG.
in the upper bracket final.
That was very impressive. Great game.
Yeah, incredible game there. And yeah, I'm almost gobsmacked at just how easy Eva made it look.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy, obviously, and Razer is a very top-tier player. So
absolutely. I mean, we're looking at a lot of good players here. They're all grandmasters. They're all very good. But you're just seeing the kind of speed, the consistency. You kind of see it in the little moves, moving the queens back, making sure he's not going to take damage.
Yeah.
He had that confidence. Eva went into that game so confident. He had that drone scouting around. You don't do that unless you go, you know what, screw that 100 minerals that I'm going to lose. I can take that. I can beat this guy without that 100 minerals. I'm just going to make sure nothing happens. And Razer, credit to him, gave a really good last game there. He was making definitely making a game for himself, but unfortunately, Eva just that little bit too good.
Yeah, Eva is really, really strong, and I'm kind of gobsmacked. Like I say, I think there is a potential that Razer was holding things off for a grand final, but I don't know. Like maybe game 3 you thought it was too much of a time to come back, and it's like they might be feeling them out. We definitely do see games where one wins there and then they lose in the return match. So maybe that's what we'll see, but Razer's still got to work to get through there. Yeah. He still has to face either what will most likely be either Richie or Ross coming up through there. I don't know if that bracket has been gone through yet. I don't think it has. But yes, that match is going to be played. So again, we might get a TVT final for it. We are actually getting the bracket on stream here.
Bracket. Let's have a look at. It's hard to read this one.
Yeah, so Ross has got to play versus Wiseman, which Ross will probably be able to win. And then I think the... okay. Oh, they've been... Oh, okay. So, yeah, so sorry, it's gone through. So, so it will be Richie in this final. So Richie is in the lower bracket final currently. Has to face the winner of AC Jesu, which hasn't been played yet. And then the winner of that will then face Razer to then go through to the thingy. Oh, I got there in the end.
Easy to read brackets, obviously.
Yes.
It's like doing math on stream. You never do it. It's a forbidden rule.
Do you know, I joked about that earlier, and now I've got caught out. Absolutely got caught out there.
I mean, I just left him to do all the talking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just stayed silent.
You know what? Sometimes the best thing best thing you can do. I should keep my mouth shut more some of the time. Alrighty, well, with that, we're going to take a break until 7 p.m. And then we're going to come back and get the rest of the game sorted out. So, yeah.
Sounds good. Well,
good stuff.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm not sure if I'll be on for any other matches, but it's been great casting.
Yes, we'll see if we can get you on. And then potentially Code A tomorrow as well. We'll see about that. But yes, all good stuff. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.